You know,
Right.
it's that anniversary, man. We this is what 30 years of goofy movie ridiculousness.
Hey, man, congratulations. That's what's up.
I just wish I got paid for it. I wish they broke me off a little bit of bread for my troubles.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
'cause
Oh,
I'm
man.
out here, man. I'm out here showing off for them.
Listen, I think you got to talk to them. I
Yeah,
think they got to
right?
be made to understand.
Yeah, you know, Disney. Yeah. What are we
Right.
doing? What are
You're
we
an
really
ambassador.
doing? Yeah, right.
Come on.
It's like, look, I'm trying to help y'all out, okay? I'm just trying to help
Exactly.
y'all out.
Giving them some of your time and your platform.
right? Like,
Listen.
what is this? What is this?
Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
it's the least they could do. It is
I
quite
know.
literally the least they could do.
The very least.
Like, pay me. Yeah.
Seriously.
Look, but no, thank you for coming and hanging out with me today.
You're welcome. You know we have to keep our promises. We set this up a few months ago.
We
so
did.
God gonna strike me down if I don't keep my promises.
Hey, and that's you know, and I just want to make sure, just so people know, yeah, this is so. In case anyone missed it, when last we had Joe on, we talked about we were actually in the middle of the Milestone Universe Shadow Cabinet series, which I just want to point out before we get too far afield. I have it under good authority. Is going to be dropping in, I think, a couple of months in trade. So if y'all, if for whatever reason you missed it or you read it and you want it, whatever, honestly, as long as you click the link, there's a link down below where you can go and go get yourself hooked up. But while we were talking about that, and by the way, in case no one, because I don't want to be rude, yes, we are talking to Joe Illidge here today, just in case anyone has not figured it out yet. If you haven't figured it out yet, this is who we're talking to.
Thank you very much. Glad to be back.
Some of y'all might know some of as we were just talking about with the Milestone Universe Shadow Cabinet book, but also. Just in case, if you're not familiar, he's going to be writing, co-writing with Tim Seeley, the upcoming book Bloodletter, which, to my understanding, comes out June 18th, first issue. Get to your LCS. Y'all know the rest. I don't have to say the rest of it, do I? Do I have to say the rest? Ask for it at your LCS. Tell them put it in your pull box. I got a link down below where you can order direct from Image Comics as well, just in case you don't have an LCS in your area. And also, because if I'm not mistaken, also you did with, and this was actually with one of my boys, Hannibal Taboo, MPLS Sound.
Yes.
And
yes.
and I want to say you did. Was it both or the second volume of Project Cryptid?
I did the second volume because in the original series, the story that Jamal Igle did was issue 7.
Okay.
So volume 1 is issues 1 to 6. And so the second volume, the first story in there, is the story that Jamal Igle and I did.
Okay, got you. Okay, I was like, I knew it was one of them. I knew there was one of them that you had locked down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to put some respect on your name. Just put some respect.
I appreciate it. You definitely did your homework.
Oh no, I'd be out here, man. I'd be reading. I'd be out here reading, man. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea.
I may have somewhat of an idea because I subscribe to your channel. I have a little bit of an idea how much you're reading and how much I'm not reading.
You're right.
That's a problem. I need to balance the scales.
Look, man, you just look. This is the thing. Look, I don't mean to tell I don't mean to tell everybody's business, but there's a reason. There's a very good reason why myself and my Blerd Cave co-host Carter are always able to read so many books within a short period of time. It is because you got to know you have to learn how to manage your book reading time. See, what you have to do is, and this is gonna sound crazy, but you have to have a bathroom rack. I'm just putting that out there. That's the secret. There's a bathroom rack, and there's certain books that I put in the bathroom rack. I'm like, all right, this is what I'm gonna read. It's like, I have multiple stacks. I have a living room rack. I have a bathroom rack, and then well, there's no rack back here; it's just shelves. But like, you got to have different places. Like, I have a bed table. I have a few books I set inside my little bedside table or whatever. That way, no matter where I am, I'm reading something.
Wow.
And if I don't have
literacy all over.
Everywhere. No, like, look, there's no excuse. There is no excuse. Matter of fact, I have like Marvel. Look, because I have Marvel Unlimited because they haven't got on Global Comics, but I got Global Comics too, and I get PDFs that people send me all the time to read. So I'm like, all right, look, I'm reading something getting read.
Listen, like they used to say, reading is fundamental.
I'm just saying.
Listen.
I'm just saying. It is. I don't make the rules. I just read. America is at a collective, was an average 5th grade reading level. Not me.
Ooh, that's not good.
No. Like, I actually joked about with my child about this because they are getting ready to be in the 4th grade, and they do the little assessments, and they got their papers back before the end of school, and it said, "Oh, you're at a 6th grade reading level," and I was like,
"Good dad."
I was like, you know what? You read better than half the country. I was like, you read better than the country average.
Wow.
Already.
Man, listen. Well, you and I have the same philosophy because every time I bring some new books in, my wife is like, "Where are they going?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're just gonna build more shelves around the house." No.
No, we're just gonna take a trip to IKEA and we're gonna figure it out.
Listen, dude, I don't even take the trip anymore. I order it online. That thing is coming. I set up TaskRabbit. The shelf gets here. The person gets here. The person builds it in 35 minutes flat.
See, that's what I need to be doing
for that. Listen, because I gotta be spawning. I have to be spawning. So I will pay you to build the bookshelf while I'm spawning.
Wait,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I love? That's actually what I love about that is like, could you imagine that? Like, that's a flex right there. You got to be like, look, man. I don't know if you know this, but yeah, that's me. I'm on the spawn shit. I'm on the spawn shit. So yeah, you gonna have to build that because yeah, man, I still got I got like another 5 or 6 pages on this next issue I gotta knock down. So yeah, you go ahead and take care of
that. Listen, everyone knows the universe of Spawn and the Todd Father, so they'll be like, you know what? You go do the work. You go do the work. I got this.
Well, and
they will totally understand.
Well, because that's something I kind of wanted to bring up too, because Spawn is like a cultural, like I think it's fair to say that you can consider Spawn a piece of pop culture that you go all the way back to, what was it, like 92? It was like 92, 93. Yeah. And I remember even as a kid, you reading comics, like I remember the day I walked into a comic book shop and saw Spawn for the first time. Like, that's how
100%.
Yeah, that's how powerful the character of Spawn was, how iconic he was. I mean, the guy's a movie star, and Mike could be again one day, hopefully.
Dude,
but
listen,
yeah.
Spawn is the EGOT of comics, right?
Yeah.
Spawn dropped. Spawn had the comic book series. Spawn had the animated series on HBO. Spawn gets the movie. Mm-hmm. Spawn gets the toy deal.
Toys. Right? Oh, man, that's
EGOT of comics. Just so we're clear.
That's something I think a lot of people don't really focus on as much, because I feel like, when we look at Spawn as a character, and Spawn's come a long way. I just want to point this out. Spawn has had by this point, well over 300 some odd issues of comics. Has multiple spinoffs. across multiple characters. There's been multiple different other like Spawn titles, Spawn adjacent titles, and I also kind of just want to put some respect on the fact you mentioned the animated series. Animated series is still something that to this very day I don't think has quite been replicated in terms of a gritty animated comic book adaptation, because I mean, like, Invincible comes close. Invincible comes very close to it, but like in terms of capturing the essence of a character and doing it with like so little, but just doing a whole lot with it. Spawn walks so Invincible could run or fly, as it was the case.
That is a fact. That is a fact. And when you have the Godfather Keith David voicing your lead character, right? Like, man, we're done here, right? It's a wrap. It's like, a wrap.
I still go back and watch the animated series to this day.
You could watch the Spawn HBO series now, and in a number of ways, it's still the standard. And then let's remember, Spawn hit the Guinness Book of World Records for being the series with the highest number uninterrupted for that time. Because since Spawn 1 came out, Spawn's been coming out every month, and it never flipped back to issue 1 9 times to then one day flip back forward and say, oh, we're really at issue 350.
Wait, this is Spawn number...
just kept the number.
This is Spawn number 5, Legacy issue number 397.
Listen.
Don't think too hard about it.
Listen, Spawn just kept it simple and just let the numbering keep going up. Can you imagine that? That's right. Dude, listen. When I got the assignment for Bloodletter, I went to Bulletproof Comics, which is one of my local comic shops. I was like, you have any Spawn compendiums? He had the 6 of them. I said, I'll take them all.
Damn.
Had to carry the big bag on the train with my right arm with all 6 books. But listen, it's the best homework you could ask for.
See, no, what you do is you got to start bringing the little get the little
dolly.
Little dolly. You can just wheel that, because because my arm just hurt. Like my arm and my shoulder, I'm just like, ooh, man, because I'm literally sitting there like I'm about to reach over, grab some books, and be like, ooh,
yeah,
on the train. No, see, that's dedication. That's dedication. Listen, right there.
If you're gonna do the job, do it right or don't do it at all. So when it's like, hey, you could have never told me, who bought Spawn number 1 at the comic shop, that I would one day be writing in the Spawn universe, right? So you're gonna do that. It's the experience of a lifetime. You got to do the homework, man.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Well, you owe it to not just like you owe it not just to like the readership, but also to yourself. You gotta you want to, especially if it's something that like has that kind of like cachet, in your just in the history of your comic book reading. Like it's like, nah, dude, you got to come correct. And in Spawn, this is something that I actually thought was kind of interesting about the universe of Spawn, is that it's grown a lot. It was already huge before, but especially like I think in the more recent years, we've gotten, was it Gunslinger Spawn? We've gotten King Spawn. We've gotten the Scorched. I think Medieval Spawn has come back at least a handful of times.
That's right. That's
right. Sam and Twitch, I gotta admit, man, I don't know what's going on at Image, but Sam and Twitch always has one of the best. I always have one of
Come on, man.
They always have one of the best spinoffs. I don't even know why. It's like, on paper, 2 regular characters spun off from a story about a guy who was literally a hellspawn. You would never imagine that they would always have consistently one of the better spinoff books. But yeah, this is the world we live in. So, like I said, like these are good books. Like these are all like good books, and they keep coming. We got Misery. There was the Rat City
That's right.
spinoff as well, and now we got The Bloodletter.
Yes.
And this is the book that you're doing. And you're actually working with another friend of the channel, Tim Seeley.
100%.
On this one. So, like, this is, I'm not gonna lie, man. Y'all have what I feel is a tall order ahead of you, because now I'm like, man, okay. I know y'all gonna have to do something awesome now. So that now I'm sitting here like, okay, yeah, let me get it in my hands. Let me get it in my hands, because now I need to see what's going on.
Dude,
I need to see what you two motherfuckers are doing.
We are delivering on the promise. I guarantee you, we're delivering on the promise. Like, number one, for the Spawn fans, right? The Spawn fans are like a very special group of fans. And there are some, they have all the books. There are the super fans that have all the action figures and memorabilia from all over the world. And they're OG. They started with Spawn #1. So what Bloodletter had to do was it had to fit in that universe in a way where the Spawn fans would be like, okay, this is legit. New people can read it and enter and come in. Because I get asked that question a lot. Like, okay, if I've never read Spawn, can I walk into it through Bloodletter? You absolutely can. And then part of the fun is that Bloodletter starts to unfold the secret history of the Spawn universe over the last 10 years. Which means that we're going to put Tasha Thornwall, our main character, in rooms that you were in before.
Right.
But from 90 degrees different, right? So she may have been there behind you. She may have just walked out. She may have gotten there before you and laid waste to a bunch of people before you got there. So that's going to be part of the fun of digging into this, is how this character takes us through the last 10 years in these little hints in her vendetta against Spawn.
And that's why I find, like, you know, leave it to Al Simmons.
He's a troublemaker.
He's a troublemaker. This guy always has people looking for him. He's you know, honestly, at some point I have to ask the question. Man, I don't think it's them. I'm starting to I'm starting to the point where I'm like, man, I ain't gonna lie. If someone tells me, like, all right, we're in okay, let's put it in perspective. This man's been around since the early 90s. We're in 2025, y'all. And this ain't the first and probably will not be the last time somebody is coming looking for him because he'd have messed up. I'm gonna need Al to start taking some personal responsibility, because this man is a menace. He is out here causing problems. Now when people say, hey, I got beef with Al, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, he probably did it.
Listen, you gotta remember when that guy was CIA, he was dirty tricks personified, right? And so my man left a lot of bodies, right? And a lot of collateral damage, right? And one of the things that, you know, the Todd father and his editor-in-chief, Thomas Healy, really liked about what we came up with Bloodletter is, you know, when someone like Al Simmons leaves a lot of collateral damage, it's an abstract. It's just like, oh yeah, like he killed 100 people on that particular mission. But this is what happens to one of the people who's the collateral damage, right? Like what happened after dude left, right? You see? And so there's the story. Tasha Thornwall is collateral damage from the dirty tricks days, right? And now think about how crazy this is. You got beef with a normal man. You find out 10 years later he's Hellspawn, and you don't care. You're like, I'm still gonna do him. Because in those 10 years, you learned magic too. So neither of you are on that neither of you are on the James Bond level. Now both of you John Constantine.
Right.
You see? So it escalates. You see?
I like that. That's
the thing. You know what I'm talking about? That's the thing. She's like, oh, you're Spawn? I don't care.
It's like, so?
I'm still gonna kill you. I'm still gonna kill you.
It's like, you see who I am?
Listen.
Like, you gotta, and that also kind of, that puts a lot of, like, I love what is, what's being done here, because, you're without even having to delve and deep dive, too terribly far into the character, you immediately know this character is not to be messed with. Like that Tasha is someone that you do not want the smoke from, because when you think about Spawn, when you think about the level of power that that Spawn can command, regardless of what point in history you're looking at Al Simmons, whether it's the very beginning, the middle, or where we're at now, this guy is a problem. He's
highest order.
The highest order. The only person, there's only one person in the entire history of comics who I think does not care, and that's Batman. But that's Batman. We worried about him. We worried about him.
That's right.
But this right here kind of puts somebody on his level that, and I kind of feel like there were some things that, like, in Spawn's history, that, like, some missed opportunities with certain characters that never really got to get fully fleshed out, that, with this one, I feel like, you have an opportunity to really do something special to, like, maybe take this to a further level, than maybe, some characters have gone, with Spawn. Having that kind of history, you could deep dive into some places that, people aren't going to expect. And also at the same time, like, we're you're introducing, for one, a badass. I have her pulled up, and I'm looking at the covers and stuff, and I was like, this woman, she looks like she's a problem.
Listen,
she looks like a whole problem. I don't want none of her.
Bloodletter is not just a name, dude. It's not just a name. She'll be spilling it.
Yeah, I don't want none of that. I don't
right?
I don't want to see her. I don't like, when it's the same kind of vibes that you get, like I remember, kind of, once again, just kind of moonwalking back to that animated series. I remember watching that show and being like, man, like, when I read the comics, I thought Spawn was, bad mamma jamma. But, like, it wasn't until I watched that animated series, I was like, oh, man, I never really, because usually you see Spawn, you can see all of them. You see the cape, you see the costume, you see all the chains and stuff in the comics, usually. And then you see that animated series, like, oh, no, man, it's dark in them alleys. And it's like, oh, yeah, you can't really see him like that, man. You don't know what you're looking at. And that's the kind of thing, like I'm looking at, like, I'm looking at her, and I'm just like, man, dude, she looked tough. She looked like she got bodies.
Listen, and form follows function. Form follows function, dude, because all those tattoos on her, like, that's about mystical spells and mystical protection. Like, down to her blood isn't normal.
Oh,
you know what
man.
I'm saying?
Right.
So she's been learning some real mean stuff. And the thing is, for you to learn magic, like, in the shadows of the world, you're going to go through some stuff. Like, that's not going to be painless. That's going to be a trial. Yeah. And so that's the thing. The last 10 years for Tasha Thornwall have not been kind. For her to become stronger, they have not been kind. Right. And what we're going to find is a person who's quite formidable, but has lost a sense of direction. Like, there is no North Star for her, and her vendetta gives her a purpose, right? Strangely enough, right? Like, it's her boogeyman that gives her a purpose, right? And that's the thing, and that's what really kicks off the story. And part of what we're going to do in the flashbacks throughout the series is we're going to show you some of what it takes to make a person who will go up against Spawn. Yeah, because that's an insane concept. Most people would be like, waiter, check please.
Yeah. It's like,
be like, I'm good. I'm good. This doesn't have to happen. This is not required.
No. Well, it's that point in the it's that point in Luke Cage where Luke Cage beating up all the bad guys, and the one guy's just like, man, I ain't mess with these dudes like that, man. I'm out of here, man. Like that's
Exactly.
how most people will respond to seeing someone the likes of a Bloodletter. And I like the framing of this too, because I'm a sucker for a good revenge story, like a good tale of someone seeking vengeance for having been done wrong, regardless of whether the reasonings behind why they're seeking the vengeance is justified or not. Doesn't matter. I think there's something very very primal about the need to
100%
get that lick back. Especially especially in comics. I don't know. It's something about seeing in a movie is one thing, which I really love, but seeing in a comic it's a little bit different. It's a different vibe that I really like. So and even in just that, I like that we're looking at a character who and I know sometimes depending on depending on the comics that other people read. I actually like that in this whole setup here, we're looking at a character who is not just, I'm going to say it, I might get in trouble for saying it, but not just bog standard, regular ass, white person. I'm just saying, we got a, we got that's a whole black woman sitting up there.
Listen,
trying to fight Spawn in this economy.
Listen, she's Haitian and South American, man.
Okay,
so she's like, listen, listen, if Celia and I mix it up, if we put our brains together, we're gonna get exotic, right?
Yeah.
So she's Haitian, South American, and that's one thing, right? And all I'm gonna say is, you're gonna see some Creole getting rocked in issue 4.
Ooh, okay.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I like that.
And it's not gonna be English in brackets. It's gonna be Creole. So that's number 1. Number 2 number 2 is that when we were thinking about kind of like what we want this to be, definitely 2 North Stars were Hellblazer, John Constantine, the Vertigo era, and Grayson, right? Tim's series in which he makes Dick Grayson a spy. Listen, I got the omnibus right there, bro. Let's just keep it real.
Let's go.
I got the bulletproof book right over there. So you can't get a bullet through the Grayson omnibus. It's like, okay, that's what we're bringing together. And anyone who knows me knows I am a spy genre addict, bro. It's just put it into my veins straight. Okay, John le Carré, Tom Clancy, just just put it right in. So we were okay, and that's what the Spawn universe is, right? The Spawn universe was born out of espionage, went into mysticism, and it always goes back and forth. So it was perfect to do that, and Tasha's Haitian heritage directly connects to the mission in which she and Al Simmons mixed it up and it went sideways. So there's an importance to that, right? But that's another thing, right? If you want to add something to the Spawn universe, and let's keep it real, if you're dealing with the Spawn universe and there's not a part of your brain that's thinking toy, you're not thinking, right? So of course, when you imagine a character, you're like, if by the grace of God Almighty, this character should become a toy, she's got to hang. She's got to hang with She-Spawn. She's got to hang with Tiffany Spawn, Redeemer, Overkill, Violator, Gunslinger Spawn, all the people, right? So we come up with the idea, and then things really take off when Christian Alonso, the artist, comes on board, because he really brought Tasha to life. Because in the beginning, we're writing Tasha, but then when he came on board and he visualized it, it was okay, now we know exactly who she is, right? And so it's that combination, and then the final member of the team, the art team, DC Alonso, the colorist, really helped set the mood. So when you say there's something about a vendetta story, revenge story in comics that lands different from film, it's the art, I think. The artist sets the aesthetic, right? And
Right.
this guy's art, man, like I had friends of mine in the business who were like way up here. Like I had Sanford Green at New York Comic Con be like, dude, that book looked dope. That book looks great. He was like that Sanford Green.
And Sanford Green,
who I got a box with his art on it was like, dude, congratulations. That book looks great.
look, y'all know Sanford a bad dude, okay? Sanford a bad dude.
Come on.
Come on now. So yeah.
He'll put both hands on you with that art.
Oh man, look, there's a reason why there's a reason why his style is just so synonymous with just I don't know, just really amazing looking comics.
Yep.
Like, I don't care what it is you're reading. I don't care if it's Power Man, Iron Fist. I don't care if it's Bitterroot. I don't care if it's Doom. I don't care if it's Runaways. Whatever. When you see his art, it is like you know who the book is. You know who did it. There's no question.
That's right.
Me,
no credits required.
Yeah, like he's the type of guy that when I look at him, like it's like I can clock him the same way I can clock an Alex Ross or a Jim Lee, or Brian, or Stelfree, somebody like. It's like, oh no, you ain't gonna sneak no Sanford Green past me,
dude. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible unless you got cataracts. It's impossible.
Right. you got
right?
to. You have to.
Exactly. His art is immediately recognizable. It's kinetic. But it's got this visceral quality to it, right?
Oh,
and so that same visceral quality is like in Christian's artwork, and like because you're doing your book now, like as a writer, like when you get the right artists, like your stuff just starts to sing, man.
It almost writes itself. It almost writes itself.
I swear to God, it's and when the pages come in and you're like, whoa. So that's another thing, like, because listen, when you talk in Spawn, you talk in the Spawn line, you talk in artistic standard.
Correct.
This is where Ken Lashley rolled now and again. Jason Sean Alexander, the Todd Father himself, Grey Capullo. You got Brett Booth rocking freaking the flagship title. You got Steven Segovia on the Scorch.
Man.
Like, you can't half step in this place.
Nope.
Right? It's kind of like a club, right? It's kind of like the best club. It's like, okay, how you getting in the club? And it's like you gotta show your art card to get into the Spawn Club, right?
I'll make it up.
And so
I'm not making it up.
You gotta have the art card, dude. So like Christian and DC Alonso were like the final pieces, and so the book is just really amazing, yeah. And the covers you've seen by Christian, and then the variant covers by this dude Raymond Gay, who's just like slamming. Man. Yeah, he did variant covers for issue 2 and 3, and I'm just like, it just makes me want to go in my wallet and say, okay, whatever the original art costs, I just want it.
Can I get that print? Can I get that?
Seriously, it's like I'm gonna call my framing place now in advance to set up the appointment.
And that's the thing I love about some of these too, is that it's a type of art that Virgin covers are meant for. It's like that stuff. Like, I want to see everything. I want to see. I want to see the whole. Like, it's the reason why when I buy a trade or like an omnibus, I always get so disappointed when there's no back matter. In the book, like because I'm that guy. We were just talking about Sanford Green. I bought I think it was like the library edition of his Doom, because I was like, I want to see all of his sketches. I want to see all of his like raw thumbnails and his the inks by itself. I want to see the whole process. And that's what I love, when you have an artist who can deliver on such a level that you want to see that. And I will definitely say I want to see that, because the art for this book is fire. dude,
listen. It starts with the covers, right? The covers the covers are marketing,
Right.
right? It's like the cover has to pull you to the book.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember old boss told me, you got 3 pages. It's any given Wednesday, right?
Right.
Depending on size, so it's like 200 books, right? So you got a cover and you got 3 pages, in or out.
You got to show something.
Right?
You
Listen,
have to show something.
Listen, so that's it. So that's another thing. It's like when we start off every issue, it's like you start off and you're like, okay, let's go. Like we're in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so that's another thing, right? You've got to give an experience.
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing. Like it's got to be a full experience. And, you know, like when you're talking about the Spawn line, I mean, Todd, God bless him, he kept books at $2.99 for like forever and a day.
Yeah.
With everything going, the boost now to $3.99, which is still the best deal on the streets. But still, you know, the Spawn fans gonna be like, okay, extra $1, I'll pay it, but give me more. And it's like, okay,
you can't let the quality dip. You can't let the quality dip. Not even a little bit. Which
not allowed.
And that's something I'm actually glad you brought that up too, because that is actually something that I actually was really, both shocked and surprised by, and proud. I would say too, when I saw the news that like the Spawn titles were gonna be going up $1, because I was like, man, I remember when DC Comics had that whole, we draw the line at like, was it $2.99 or whatever the hell, and it was like, I was like, we saw how long that lasted. But the fact that like, Todd was still holding on to it, like, even after all this time, like after companies had long since raised the cost of books, by $1, $2, some cases $3, $4, depending on what book you're buying. I was like, dude, you know what? That shows a lot of not just the respect he has for the business and the comic shops that are holding the books, but also the commitment to the reader.
100%, to the point where, so issue 4, which is going to be a major issue for the series, there's 4 extra pages in there. No increase in the price, and no increase in the price. It's like you're getting more for the same price, right? So like you said, like that's commitment to deliver exceptional value at a reasonable price as stuff gets crazier and crazier and it's harder and harder, right? And then it's like you're not getting what you're paying for, you're getting more than what you're paying for, right? You're bringing it at a level that other companies $2 more sometimes are equaling and sometimes they're not, right? So that's it too. It's like you gotta level up in the Spawn universe, and so we it just gets meaner and meaner, and this is a payoff. This is not a tease. Like that Rumble with Spawn is happening.
Okay, so that was gonna, because I'm not trying to put nobody on blast. I'm not trying to be ugly, but I can't tell you how many times, and I've seen this a lot. Not from Spawn, but just like I'll just say I've seen it from the big 2. I'll just put it as that. They'll be like, "Hey, we're gonna do a thing. There's gonna be a thing that's gonna happen," and you get to the end of the book, and it's like sight, or it's a, well, we were teasing the thing, but actually you're going to have to come back for the next series. We just, and I get sometimes, that's kind of out of the creative team's hands. Sometimes that goes up the ladder a little bit.
100%.
But I would even dare say 99.999% of the time, because I don't think there's any writer that's crazy enough to do that. Because your name is everything. Your name is everything, and you don't want your name to be synonymous with oh, this dude out here, he making promises he ain't delivering.
Oh, right, I didn't deliver.
but but I actually think that is refreshing because like when I looked at the solicit for the book and saw that this was going to be a character who has beef with Spawn, which means we're going to get to know this character. Yeah, we're going to spend some time with this character. But at some point in this book, and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think the solicit said that it was going to start out like as with 5 issues. And I was like, okay, so within that 5 issues, I know for a fact I'm going to see Spawn and Bloodletter throw some hands or something. Like even if look, some got to get thrown. Somebody has to throw a chair or something. I don't know. I don't know what, like, who's gonna do what, who's gonna throw the first punch, but a fight is gonna happen. And that's the promise. So yeah, it's refreshing to know that it is not going to be one of those. Maybe.
Nah, dude, because after it's done, Tim and I still got to walk these comic book industry streets.
Hey, look, they got to put a detail on you.
Listen, Secret Service level, right? So it's like, nah, you get when these 5 issues are over, you're gonna be like, yo, man, you did what you said you were going to do. And we're going so deep that the first 2 pages of Bloodletter 1, when you get to the issue where they fight, the first 2 pages of Bloodletter 1 take place in the future.
Okay.
We're going to come back to that moment from the other point of view.
Okay.
You're going to be able to loop it. So that's real truth in advertising. We're not faking it here. You know, because we're fans, and it's like,
right.
we don't like to be faked out. We like to get what you say we're gonna get, and it's like, okay, so that fight is happening, and it's gonna be raw dog. I'm surprised they're not gonna put in a poly bag, because, dude.
Hey, well, no. They can't put in the poly bag because they're gonna try to bust your head for that. They be like, all right. They're like, no, $6.99. You paying for the bag? You paying for the bag?
Thankfully, the Spawn universe is an R-rated universe. So it's just like you could just buy it straight. So, but yeah, man, like we are leading to that, and that will have consequences.
Right.
There's an aftermath to that. What happens for her, the people in Tasha's orbit, because that's another thing, right? If this story stemmed out of a collateral damage incident, that means anyone in Tasha's orbit is potential collateral damage, right? And that kind of goes back to like that John Constantine Hellblazer thing. Like the worst thing in the world you could be is John Constantine's friend.
Oh man, yeah,
the
no.
Absolute worst thing that you could be is his friend, because they're all coming, dude. All the enemies are coming. So that's how it is with Bloodletter. It's like, listen, she racked up a rogues gallery over 10 years. Do you want to be in her vicinity for real? So, yeah, man, come on.
Well, I'm curious to know too, because something you said earlier, you're talking about, having something that's a part of the Spawn universe, something that good and damn well, there's gonna be a toy at some point. There's gonna be a toy, just because that's just how this works. Man. So, like, when it comes down to Bloodletter, is like, and I don't know if you can even say, but or I don't know if anything's already been announced yet, but Is that something we can look forward to? Maybe is to see,
dude.
some Bloodletter action figures. Are we gonna get the Bloodletter line,
dude? From your lips to God's ears. Only McFarlane knows that right now. Only the Todd father knows. But all I'm gonna say is, because I'm an optimist. When we get it, it will have been earned. It will have been earned. Because the character will be able to stand against all the other characters. And listen, just so we're clear, like Tasha has the best footwear in the Spawn universe. Like her sneakers are not to be messed with. Because she knows parkour. So she runs
Oh,
up and down and across buildings because
okay,
we're
all
like,
right.
okay, like how has she been able to survive for 10 years, like around the world in all these different cities, right? It's like you not always taking train or Uber. Like sometimes
No.
you want to catch a demon, you want to catch somebody, you gotta run across buildings, you gotta jump roofs, you gotta do like some Daredevil Netflix type stuff. You
Oh yeah.
understand?
Oh
So
yeah.
her footwear has cushioning. You understand? So that's
So,
it.
so what you're saying is, see, this is me manifesting now. This is just me manifesting. So what you're saying is because I'm, as I said, I've been kind of, scrolling the different looks. So that's something I also appreciate is that, I think across, the covers and the interiors, I've seen at least 2 or 3 different looks, for this character. So that's already that. Todd can't resist that. He can't resist that. That's 3 different toys we could be having out
Do
here
you
right now. So it's
understand?
got to happen. But see, now you'd have messed up because you didn't talk about the footwear. So
Listen.
now we got to get the sneaker deal. We got to get the sneaker deal. And so,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So hear me out. Hear me out. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. 2026
Yes.
Nike Bloodletters.
Yes.
The
Listen.
Nike Bloodletters.
Listen.
These are.
Listen.
There you go. That's it.
Whatever signals I have to put into the universe to make that happen, I am on board with that. That's the secret sauce that all these other companies are ignoring. Right? You
Dude,
ignoring that. It's
marketing.
like
That's
do you,
marketing.
this is what I'm saying. When you make the cool things,
Right.
cool characters, cool stories, cool themes, but you have to think 360,
Right.
right? You got to think
Yeah.
360 degrees. And that's why we were like, okay, this character's got to have her own like style. She's got her trench coat
Yep.
and it's red, right? There's another dude in that universe that has a red cape. I don't know who he is. So, it's like, so we're thinking about all these things. Like when she drops down from the sky at you, man,
Mhm.
it's like, and it's nighttime, all you're seeing is like this red thing. It's like her jacket. And like
Mhm.
she's got her knife and she's coming at you, man. And then she's got the kicks. So it's like, listen, we thought it out. So I'm with you. I'm with a Nike deal.
Hey.
And I'll buy 2 pairs, one that I'll keep in a box.
Oh yeah.
And one that I'll wear.
Oh yeah,
Listen.
man. Hey, one to rock, one to stock, baby. That's how you gotta
That's
do
it.
it. It'll
That's
be,
it.
hey man, what you got on? Wait, what?
Dude.
What those is? Oh, you don't know about these? Oh,
Dude.
these bloodletters, baby.
Dude, come on. You saying it? You saying it, you manifesting it. You tell me people ain't gonna be like, might have to have those.
Wait,
Just from the name, like, I'm gonna have to have those.
wait a minute. Todd can't pass this up. Look, wait, check this out. I'm setting this up. Todd, I don't know if you watching, but I'm setting this up. Look, you can have this for free, baby. You can have this for free. I don't even want nothing. Just be like, hey, just whenever the next con you go to, just say, yeah, man, we actually got the idea from Blerd Without Fear. That's all I want. I don't want no money. That's all I'm saying. Be like, hey, yeah, let me pick up these bloodletters. Oh, by the way, man, y'all getting the new Air Force spawns?
Dude.
I'm just saying.
Don't tease me with this kind of thinking because I will go with it. You will go. Listen. I'm the guest without fear. I will go with it, right? That's it.
Hey.
Like if you hear, you here to win. You here to win.
Dude.
So that's it, man.
I'm just saying, man. Look, hey, how is this? Look, my question is, how has this not happened yet? I'm just saying. Look,
you see?
Air Force spawns. It writes as, dude, that's money. That's money. Somebody buying them.
Listen, that's why the fans got to come show the love. Like my local shop, the day that drops, I'm doing a signing there. Just trying to figure out what the Bloodletter nationwide tour is going to look like or whatever. But it's like, listen, come on. And then San Diego Comic-Con, Tim and I are going to be there. There's going to be a signing event at Todd McFarlane's booth. One day, trying to figure that out. But yeah, it's like, we really want this to be an event And that was part of the vendetta, right? It's
Right.
like we're gonna lead to that rumble for the fans. And what you were saying about Todd
Hmm.
and him being really considerate of like the retailers and the fans, he's also pretty creator friendly. When Tim and I came on board, Thomas Healy, the editor in chief, set up this like Zoom call with Todd,
Right.
and we basically were just talking for an hour, and it was mostly like Todd being the Todd father, and I just imagine this like psychic straw from the center in my head, just like going to Todd's head and just like sucking in all the knowledge of the Spawn universe, right? And it's like he knows this thing he's built inside out from every angle, and he likes human stories. And so when we were able to really find that angle and make it personal for her, and make it involved into the Spawn universe, he just really gave us license to say, okay, go. So he's been really creator friendly in that respect. And I've met him and talked to him a few times, and it's like, come on, man, like that's a cool boss.
Yeah.
Pick the right people, let them work their magic.
Well, yeah, because I mean, otherwise, what do you hire them for? Like it's like if I were if I were in his shoes, like I wouldn't hire I wouldn't hire Joe Illidge and a Tim Seeley and not let them do what they're gonna do. I wouldn't. Yeah, like could you imagine hiring a you take a Chris Claremont, you take a you take a Denny O'Neil, and be like, nah, you're gonna do this. We don't care about what you think. We want what we want. Like
right.
It's like, to me, that way lies madness.
Yeah,
that way lies madness. Let 100%. Y'all cook. Let y'all cook, and that's what that. And I'm glad to hear that, because I not all the time, but more than I would care to hear. I do from time to time hear rumblings of well, I wrote the story, but technically I didn't write the story. Because editorial wrote this, like that. Like I said, not a lot. But I hear it every once in a while, enough that it's scary.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and I come from that other side of the tracks, right? So it's like, that's not the way to go, right?
No.
To me, part of your job is to maintain the rules, right?
Right.
So in writing this universe, but definitely the issue where Tasha and Spawn mix it up, I mean, I'm not gonna front. It's kind of like, wow, we're putting words into Spawn's mouth. Like, we're writing Spawn. So you gotta follow the rules. And
right.
I remember I looked up, I was like, I think I typed in like Google, like, give me Spawn's powers. And I saw this list. I was like, damn.
It's a long list.
I was like, that's a list. I'm like,
oh, no.
It's good for me to know that. Because it's like, okay, how do I use that list?
Right.
Right? Because no martial artist, no person is going to use all the tricks in one fight. That doesn't make sense.
No.
But it's like, okay, Spawn's an ex-spy and Tasha's an ex-spy. So it's like, what kind of mind tricks is Spawn going to try and play with her? Is she going to try to play with him? Because that's one thing that Tim and I really spoke about. It's like, these are not just two mystics fighting. These are two ex-spies. So think about that, right? So that's the thing, right? It's like, you have to understand the rules of where you are. So me on the writing side, it's like, I have to understand the rules of the Spawn universe. And I have to really understand that dude. That I'm going to write him mixing it up with her. I got to understand that dude. And so that's it. And we didn't get fired after that issue. So I was like, okay, I think we passed.
Not fired. fired.
The dude didn't give us the pink slip. Like we were gonna write the next issue. He was like, you know what? I don't think that's necessary. Like that didn't happen. we still had the job. So I was like, okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Man,
I'm not gonna hold you. Man, that would be nasty work. Man, that'd be like, oh man, all right. Look, here I'm turning in issue 1. Here you go. And it's like, oh, okay. Okay, all right. All right, well, your service is no longer required. What?
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Wait,
you don't have to come back.
But I'm on the solicit for the next foe.
You don't have to come back.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll take care of it.
Solicits. So no, we passed the test, thankfully. And but yeah, man. So it's a serious responsibility, but quite frankly, it's also a ton of fun. You getting to write in this R-rated universe where the normal rules don't apply, right? It's like, one of the realities of the Spawn universe is that there are more victims and casualties. Like more bad guys get away with more things.
Right.
Justice is a hard thing to come by. And that's part of the reason this universe is so horrifying. If you go back to Spawn Year 1 and you got my man Billy Kincaid, the ice cream guy who's a serial killer, like he succeeds.
Yeah, he's like, and I think even when there is sometimes justice administered, it's not always the justice that was wanted.
That's right.
It's like even when you do get justice, did you really what was it the full extent of what they deserved? And it's like, nah, usually it isn't.
Exactly, which is pretty much closer to real life, right?
Right, which I think that's why Spawn's villains resonated.
Yep.
They're not going into Arkham and coming out, like a week later, doing the same crime. It's like, no. They just smooth got away. They didn't even go to Arkham. They're just like, no, bye.
Exactly. See you in the next storyline when we're gonna come back harder, right?
Just saying, man.
So that's it.
Man.
So it's like you gotta like turn off some buttons of the kind of balance that you deal with in other universes, right? Like Tim coming from Nightwing and Grayson, and I mean he's written Lobo and stuff like that. Me coming from Milestone, my editorial days at Batman. Yeah, it's like Gotham City Justice does not apply.
No,
in the Spawn universe.
No, like not even close. And you're more you're more likely to be the body that gets caught.
Bingo. Your chances of survival are slimmer.
Ooh, man. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what. Just because I'm gonna say it again. Y'all's chances are gonna be slim if y'all don't get your little booties down to your LCS this week. Because like I said, I think we're literally beginning of June. You got a couple of weeks. But don't wait.
Listen. You could still pre-order the entire 5 issues because the success of that will determine, hey, do we get to go further? Because we've got a big plan for her. And listen, we all know it's a crazy time in the industry. We've got these annoying tariffs flying all over the place. Day on, day off. We got the distribution thing, which is bananas. God. So look, real talk, we're in more of a high-risk environment. Like we know that, right? So it's kind of like you need that front level support, right? So it's like number 1 that comes out June 18th, but otherwise people can still pre-order the entire like storyline. You know what I mean? And that way, and the thing is, like every issue we deliver, man, because you got to do that.
Dude, and I try and put people in game about this all the time. We have a there's a lot of comics that come out every week. There's a lot. Very rarely do you see comics that are making these kinds of statements of intent. That are letting you know, like off rip, look, we're bringing everything. Nothing's getting left on the table. This is like just go ask for all of it. Just go ask for all of it. And I think because this almost 99.999% of the time it happens. y'all come back to me and say, man, dude, you weren't playing. You weren't playing.
Dude.
Look, I do this for a living.
I'm not gonna make a liar out of you, right? And the
right.
thing is, like, my thing is, and you know this, like, my thing is, if I'm promising something, I'm going in 125%. So I don't even know if you saw the Bloodletter trailer I made and produced. Have you seen that yet?
I have not.
Oh,
and now
when we're done, you're gonna go watch that. And listen,
See?
like, if in those 60 seconds you're not like, I want to know more. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. if after that you're like, I don't want to know no more, I there's nothing more I could do.
No, I mean at that point,
but come on, you're gonna watch that. You're gonna be like, okay, give me some more.
Yeah, no, at that point I'm like, look, that's
Rhymes,
on y'all.
Like, give me some more. Listen, just so we're clear.
Oh, well, like I said, look, hit your LCS. There's a link direct to Image Comics in the description.
Yep.
Click on that bad boy if you know, whether you have an LCS or not, or if you just want to order it direct from Image, however you want to do that, you know, whatever your reasons are. I'm not in that, but you have multiple avenues to get your hands on the Bloodletter. So I highly recommend it. Go do it. I literally, like, two of my favorite people in the business are writing this book. And it's like that was already kind of an in for me. Just I was like, okay, all right, bet, I'm in. All right, you got me, damn it, you got me. You ain't got to say nothing else. You got me. But then it's like, okay, well now you like see. Then you come in, you start talking about, oh, well, you know, she Haitian. She got some Haitian blood. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, shit, I guess. Okay, fine. All right, let's go. All right, fine. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy the damn book. But no, I want y'all to go check this book out because I know for a fact I got some Spawn fans in here. I know some of y'all want to really see some stuff like this. So if you want to see more of it, the only way you're gonna get it is if you go support it. And that's all I got. I got nothing else. I can't big up it any more than that. But I will also say, Joe, do you have anything else that you wanted to plug while you were here?
Wow. So it's Bloodletter, which is 5 issues. That's June, July, August, September, October. So that's going to take you through the entire convention summer.
Right.
We've got, listen, right?
Yeah.
We got to keep you busy. We got
to
keep you reading because I heard someone say reading is very important. So we got to keep the people reading, right? August 20th in comic shops is the Shadow Cabinet Collected Edition, right? So from my perspective, it's like seeing Sinners in 70 millimeter and then seeing Sinners in IMAX, right? It's like the same story, but it's an entirely different experience, like reading it in one shot as this saga, right? So that's happening. Those are the big things for the summer. Like I said, I'll be at San Diego Comic-Con. Tim and I will be there. So if you're going to be there, you know, the announcement will be made when we'll be doing the Bloodletter signing. You know, would love to meet all of y'all. Eddie y'all in Brooklyn, New York.
Ooh.
Bulletproof Comics. Day of release, Wednesday, June 18th. We'll have the big signing there. And I'll be doing some Bloodletter signings throughout the summer. So, yeah, that's really about it. But listen, you know, thank you for your support. You know, thanking the fans in advance. And listen, thanks to the Todd Father, Mr. McFarlane, and Thomas Healy, his editor-in-chief, and all the people at Todd McFarlane Productions, all the people at Image Comics, because there's really been a good effort to spread the word about this. And so you know we're not faking the funk, right?
The big fat.
Todd ain't putting his name on no counterfeit bills.
Well, wait, what's this spoon that they're coming out? What's a spoon universe? This knockoff shit. Like, what's this?
Yep. No,
I don't know. I never heard of that. I don't know. That's some. Look, that says Spawn behind you. That says Spawn.
Exactly.
That does not say spoon.
We volumes, dude. Listen, we are authentic up in here. So that's it.
Well, y'all know what to do. I've given you the assignment. Go do it, please, and thank you. Also, there's going to be links down below if you want to check out some of Joe's other works. There's also a link down below to pick up that Shadow Cabinet as well. And there's also links to go follow Joe on social media. So just go do all that and go get
Recording
Bloodletter.
stopped.
And we'll see you in the next go round.